New year, new me. No.
Stop being so boring.
Out ahead.
Next question.
Shut 'em off.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 2019. It's been a while, I apologise. I had a lot of shit happen in a very short period of time. I was unemployed for quite a while, and then I started a new job last October, and once I started I was doing around between about 43 to 45 hours a week, so my life consisted of go to work my shift, come home, eat, go to bed, work, repeat. So I didn't have time to do a whole lot else. I occasionally went out and did a few like photography days where I wandered around Brighton and took a few snaps. I hermited because I was working so much and it was an absolute nightmare. I even stopped playing guitar for like a month solid. Well, stopped playing it like every day. I sort of started playing it when I had my days off because I just wouldn't, otherwise I'd know what would happen. I'd play my guitar, not go to bed, and then I'd be tired the next day for work. Anyway, enough of that, because the video has just started, this year has just started, even though it's like the 13th of January, and I'm doing my goals resolution video now. Whoops. Okay, so you may be wondering why I said goals, and it's because when I saw Emma Blackery do her goals and resolutions video, it stuck well with me, and she specifically said this.
I think when you start calling it resolutions, it sort of implies that throughout 2019 you're going to be this completely different person by the end of the year.
So yeah, so she has a point, is that when you sort of say resolutions, you mean that you're just going to instantly sort of change and, you know, be someone else. Now, granted, there are some things on my little list of resolutions that are things that I would love to sort of change and have stick, as obviously that's mostly the point of resolutions, is it not? But it's sort of things that I know that will set me up for things later on. So like 2019 is sort of laying the foundation and the groundwork, and then 2019 will be sort of where the things sort of go for the next level, and it's sort of like a stages process. Okay, without any further ado, we'll get on with it. So the first one is one that I've been saying to myself for years, and it's to actually finish writing a song. Because what I do is through like years and years and years of guitar playing, I just sort of have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos and clips of me playing random little lead lines or little melodies or little chord progressions that I quite like the sound of when I'm just sort of playing. But then they never go anywhere. I have a hard drive full of shit that just doesn't get organised, and it's just an absolute chaotic mess. And it's going to take me about a week solid just to go through everything and sort of put things into folders and be like, okay, cool, this is for this thing, and this is for this behind idea, and this for this idea, and this is just random noodling that you could maybe sort of work on at some point. But I need to organise all that and then actually use them to finish a song, because I've never written a full song in my life, not my own. I've written full songs at BIM, but that's with people, so you can sort of come, like if I come to a rehearsal with a random bass idea, they can then sort of go, oh, that sounds cool, how about we put this chord on it? And then that chord sort of gets, like everyone's like, oh yeah, well how about we go from that chord to that chord? And it's sort of like a group effort, which granted is a little bit better in some ways, because the thing that I've learned is that you are your own worst critic, as most people know that anyway, but especially when I come to writing my own music, I sit there and I sort of, if I write like a 3-chord progression, even if it's just a standard 1-4-5, I'm sitting there and I'm going, oh, I don't like the sound, because it just sounds too normal, it sounds too, like, blues chord progression-y, which is the point, but I get that sort of mentality in my head where I'm like, I don't want it to be just this, I want it to be something else. So it's just an never-ending loop of me just sort of sitting there going, ah! Part of the problem, I think, as well, sometimes with finishing writing a song is that I get this sort of moment where I'm like, I don't know what I want this to be. I have a bit of like an artistic doubtful moment, I guess, if you want to call it that. It's a bit of a weird thing, but sort of like I have like an artistic like fight in my mind.
You sound fucking pretentious.
Yeah, I know I do, shut up. But yeah, it's annoying, so that's one I definitely want to get done. On that, my girlfriend gave me the goal of trying to finish this one guitar piece that I'd written when I was at home for Christmas. It was just a simple little chord, like rhythm idea, but I need to finish that before January to sort of fit that first goal, and then hopefully it will sort of just snowball and sort of go into it. Because what usually happens is...
Yeah, that was sick.
And then once I get past that point, I don't sort of go anywhere. I just sort of sit there and constantly try and go, oh no, that chord doesn't work, this chord doesn't work, and yada yada yada. Second one is to get back into doing the bass covers. Now this is one I know that I've said every year, not publicly at least, but I said it inside my own head, because it's one that I wanted to get done, and it means that then my YouTube channel would have something sort of on it regularly. The only thing I'm waiting for now is that I've got a Ampeg, some micro Ampeg head in the mail, currently on its way as far as I know, according to UPS. So once that's here, then I can sort of set that up, get the sort of this recording set up back together again, and make sure that everything's sort of ready to go, and then I can start sort of turning them out at the rate of knots. Because thankfully, with my new job, it means that even if I work my contract hours, it means that I'm able to live and live comfortably, which is a lot of luxury I've had before. Usually I've had to work long hours to sort of make up the shortfall of being paid absolute nothing. So hopefully now, once the Ampeg head arrives, I'll be able to sort of get them sort of out. I am sad to see my Fender Rumble head go, because it's done me well and it's sort of served me well, but it's just after sort of being using an actual Ampeg SVT when I was doing the Kes Conscience recording day. Oh my god, I fell in love. Oh my god, Ampegs, where have you been all my life? Just they're incredible. The only problem is though, I don't have $1.5 grand spare for a full like SVT head, and also, where the fuck am I gonna put it in this tiny little flat? Okay, number 3, get back into a band and sort of get gigging again, because it's been so long. I can't actually remember the last time I played a gig, and it was with Kes, it must have been. But it's been a long time. It's been at least 1.5 years, if not 2 by this point, and it's too long. I love playing live. It's such a nice it's such an atmosphere, it's such a vibe, and you get sort of in the moment with it. It's amazing, and I really miss that, as well as like writing and sort of playing my own stuff. That's why I want to that's why goal 1 is to write things and finish things, because that way once I've written and finished them, I can take them out and play them places. I can play them at like Hope and Ruin and, oh god, who's left? No, Sticky Mike's Frog Bar closed down or something like that. You know what I mean? But play them in and around here, or even go to Worthing, or go wherever. Go to London. London's not that far away. I can just play them there. I just need to get gigging again. I've got that itch. It's like that sort of like, when you've been sat stagnant for too long, like if you get a bit of a cabin fever, if you're staying home too long, you need to just get out of the house. It's the same for me, but I need to get gigging. I need to be on a stage. I need to sort of be performing and sort of moving around. So I am very looking forward to getting that done in the 2019, hopefully before the summer, if anything, because I want to get it done as soon as possible. So I need to put a band together, get gigging, and just sort of get out there. Quick drink break. Yes, this is whiskey and coke. Yes, it's 4 in the afternoon. Who cares? 2019. Live free. Okay, number 4. I nearly did the same thing that I did when I did the drunk vlog, which at some point, I think I found the footage of that. So if at some point I will edit it together, and it's just, oh my god, oh, I was so drunk. I was so drunk. Okay, anyway. Number 4, get back into a gym routine. Now, again, because of working stupid amount of hours, I was going quite regularly. I was going about 4 or 5 times a week-ish. Sometimes it would drop down to 3 or something like that, but like 4 was usually the sort of average number of times per week, which was nice, because it meant I could sort of go to the gym, do my workouts, be there for a couple of hours, then go off and do, you know, have a life outside of it. But then when I started working 4 or 5 hours a week, there's no time to. There's no time when you're doing a 9-hour shift. You've then got maybe about 8 to 10 maybe to go home, eat, sleep, and then be back in the morning. Like, you mean, it gets to a point where you're not like, and then on your days off, especially on my job, I'm usually lugging around heavy boxes in the vegetable section at work. So I'm getting quite a workout anyway. So when it gets to my days off, I'm not sitting there going, oh cool, let's go and deadlift something. Like, no, I'm knackered. I don't want to bother, because I'm just sort of want to sit and play my guitar and just chill and relax and sort of let my body have a minute, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to perform at work, which then means that, you know, things fall behind. Okay, number 5 is it's not really a goal or whatever, it's just to keep doing it, because I've sort of let it slip the last couple of weeks, but it's keep up with the Instagram videos where I've been uploading sort of little like short clips of like songs that I like, or just me randomly sort of noodling around, and it's like quite nice, because when I didn't have time to do like a full cover and learn a whole song or whatever, I would just learn like little bits of songs I love, like learning Bodies by Sex Pistols, like that intro riff on the guitar is absolutely, I love it. It's just such a punchy riff. I just really wanted to learn just that, or even California Dreaming, which took me a while, but it's such a nice, like, it was just quite nice to sort of do that and sort of learn just the little bits of riffs, and then eventually maybe when I get better at guitar or whatever, I'll be able to play the whole song on guitar, like, and sort of learn it and play it well. So it's less of one to sort of like start, it's more just to carry on doing it, because I do like doing the Instagram things, and also my Instagram will be in the description. Also, there's a video, I think I'll do the annotation thing, whichever corner it ends up coming in, and there's a compilation of the first 15, I think it was, that I did for my Instagram thing. The quality sort of jumps a bit because, like, at least the first couple I did on my phone, and they were fucking horrendous. And the fuzzy and then I started using my actual camera, which is why they take a bit longer. It's not like I just sort of whip my phone out and sort of just record them and upload them. I sort of do it professionally with my camera and sort of edit them and whatever. Okay, number 6, this one's just for me anyway. Just keep saving money, keep putting money aside, because, I mean, it's quite nice to know that you've got a little pot of things that you could, like, if you wanted to go to London or whatever for a day and buy a few things, if I went to Camden or something, and then I know that I could do that rather than sort of living paycheck to paycheck and sort of just struggling to actually do anything that I actually want to do, or that I want to do that's fun. Okay, 7, it's just to improve my slide guitar, because I've sort of been messing around with playing slide guitar, and it's quite a nice sound. Also, I've got a big muff now, so a big muff combined with a slide guitar is quite nice. It's quite a funky little, it's quite a like, weird little sound, but just sort of just improve it really, and just sort of just, it's the same, like, and honestly, this one will, number, whatever this was, 7, once I sort of get to a point where I feel like I'm competent enough with it, or I've sort of picked it up enough, then I'll probably swap 7 for some other guitar skill that sort of, like, improve my soloing, or improve my chord, like, sort of changing between chords at speed, and, because at the minute I sort of play a chord, and then I sort of have to wait a couple of beats before I can sort of, like, think to what fingers to do for the next chord. So if I can get to that at some point, but I mean, so 7 seems like it's going to be sort of a insert musical thing to improve here sort of goal, which is good, because it means then by the end of the year, if I keep a track of everything that I've done, and that way I can look back at the end of the year and go, oh cool, so I've improved my slide, I've improved my chords, I've improved this, I've improved, you know what I mean? So it's a nice little like memento for me as well, because I'm like, oh, you've actually, you know, you progressed quite well as well. Okay, and the next one's, I think my girlfriend must have, I think we must have wrote, I think I was with her when we wrote these, but my girlfriend's probably wrote this, and it's probably to be clean. She probably didn't mean me as a person, she means my flat, because I mean, you didn't see the frantic scramble that I had to do before I started filming to make sure this place looks somewhat, like, organised. Because it does get... The description that my girlfriend gives me is that it's a boy's pad. It's just sort of, I just live because I'm on my own. I don't have to answer to anyone. I don't have to sort of, like... As long as I'm fine with the mess, it don't really fucking matter, does it? I can just sort of, like, throw it, like, when I get in from work, I'll just throw my bag on the floor and my jacket over the mirror and... You mean, everything sort of falls to shit, and then eventually I have to sort of pick up everything, and it takes forever. So I guess it's sort of be clean and sort of like tidy as you go along, rather than just sort of waiting for it to be a fucking mound of work to do, because doing all of that on a day off is not something you want to do anyway. Okay, and then number 9 is to do more photography stuff, really, because I've been quite enjoying doing it. I sort of go out every now and again and sort of just wander around Brighton and try and sort of spot things and sort of see what I can find. And I do have a photography Instagram. I don't really, like, publicise it much, because I don't really... It's a weird thing. I care about it enough to want to do it, but I don't care about enough it to sort of have people be like, oh, you should be doing that, you should be doing this, should be... Like, I just want to shoot for me. If I didn't upload them, then I wouldn't... You mean, I'd just keep them on a laptop, and I just sort of flick through them every now and again and go, huh, this is nice, this is cool. Like, I don't really care about sort of making a name for myself in a photography sense. Like, it'd be nice to do, be nice as a little bit of, like, a secondary income or whatever, but I know that it's not where my sort of passion lies. But it's I quite enjoy doing it, because it's quite nice to sort of go out and see what you can find, try and sort of capture things, and try and capture, like, quite nice moments. So, like, if you see, like, I know it's one that's a little bit creepy, but if, one I saw the other day, and I didn't have my camera, and I was so annoyed, and I was walking past this, like, quite sort of, almost London-style cafe, sort of like the sort of one that you'd imagine, like, in sort of, like, at the East End of London, sort of. And it's sort of like a massive glass windows, and like everyone's having tea or whatever, and it's like they got like baked beans on toast. Or, you know, I mean, it's like simple English like cafe really. But there was this couple sat at the window, and the light came, the sun came through the clouds and like sort of like illuminated the shop a bit. And I was so annoyed I didn't have my camera, because it looked like such a nice little moment, and it was just such a nice little frame of everything, and it was just beautiful. Loved it, but I didn't have my camera with me, which is the annoying part. But it's just sort of moments like that which I love. I love capturing that sort of stuff. I mean, granted, some of my photography is just a bit naff, but it's purely because I'm still trying to find what I like. I definitely know that I like black and white. I definitely like it when it's really, really overexposed, not overexposed, underexposed. really dark blacks, and then like whack up the contrast, like make it really gritty. But sometimes that isn't what it's called for. You know what I mean, like if it's like if I'm trying to sort of take a nice one of Brighton Beach, then having it in black and white doesn't really help because you got all the colours of the stones and you got the people and all of what they're wearing, and I mean it's quite nice to have a bit of colour with it. But yeah, so the photography thing is something I want to do. I do want to probably get some more lenses for this as well, because then I think that'd be quite nice. And then probably as well, actually, in honesty, because I want to try and see more gigs this year. I want to go out and see gigs in around Brighton, just sort of randomly turn up to like the Hope and Ruin or something with a couple of quid in my pocket and just be like, alright, cool. I'll just see what's on, see who's performing on a Thursday night or whatever, and just see what, you know, and then maybe if I plan it beforehand, I can send them an email, be like, yo, I'm just coming to see you, like, just on a whim. I'll bring my camera, I can take some shots, I can send them to you free of charge, I don't care, just to sort of, it's just experience for me to sort of, like, take photos in low lights and sort of moving targets of, like band members moving around or whatever, and just give them to them, so I don't care. Like I said, it's not really, like, if I can make a bit of money off of it in the long run, maybe, but I don't, it's just sort of a nice sort of thing for me to do. It's another creative outlet for me to do, so that's probably sort of a thing that I might try to do later this year. Okay, so you're probably wondering why the scenery is just ever so slightly changed. It's because I'm an idiot and I didn't think to actually finish the video when I filmed it, and I'm only realising this as I'm editing, so I'm doing the ending now. Like I said earlier, both my Instagrams will be in the description, my normal one and my photography one. The compilation will be down there as well, cause, you know, in case you missed the annotation, which is, I think, that corner, but I'm not entirely sure. That'll be in the description as well, so then it's all just all there, and you can go and watch that if you want, or if you want to, you know, go watch the newer ones. There's some on my Instagram, I think, since I've uploaded that compilation anyway. And don't forget to write in the comments what your goals and resolutions are for 2019, and I'll probably do a roundup video at the end of the year, sort of having a look at my ones and what did happen, what didn't happen, and sort of have a bit of a reflection on it really, and just sort of a review, I guess, of the year. And also don't forget to like the video. I mean, I don't know why I bother saying that, because YouTube's algorithm seems to change every about 5 minutes, and it is useless saying that stuff anymore, but there we go. Call to actions and all that jargon, I don't fucking know. But anyway, I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.